Welcome everybody to today's discussion with my colleagues, Anna-Marie Meyer and Eddie Machale. Eddie Machale is our branch manager and Anna-Marie is our F&I group manager. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Today we're going to dive into why we feel this is the best time to be alive. It absolutely is. There is so much upside to being alive today. There's so many changes that have happened in the last few years that allow a lot more opportunity to be presented as young people and as old people. I mean, the people that are in their 50s and 60s that are retiring now are living longer because one of the reasons that we have on our discussion today. You ready?
Ready?
Great stuff. Before we dive into it, I think we had a quick off-camera chat regarding children, and a lot of parents and people tend to think that children don't understand this communication anymore. When in fact, they are communicating with probably 100 or 200 times more people than we were when we were younger.
Compared to back in the day, yeah. The only kids you knew when we grew is the kids on your streets,
Yeah.
on your block, around your block, that's all.
And now kids are playing games with other kids that are in Russia that can't even speak English.
But even not worldwide, but countrywide, kids tend to make friends suddenly in Rustenburg, and we live in Pretoria, where normally you won't have that advantage.
Never. Like
never.
Eddie said, we played soccer with the kids in
kids
our
in the
street.
street.
Yeah.
And when it got dark, we came home and we went to sleep.
That was the only people you have access to, unless you're at school, and that's the end of
The
it.
only thing you need to teach them is how to do it savvy.
Yeah.
And not to be hooked to that thing for the rest of their lives or the whole day.
Or
As long
use
as
it
they
to
do
their advantage.
Yeah, use it to their advantage. Go look something up.
Yeah.
Okay, find out more about the topic and let them explore.
So let's dive into it. The number one reason why we feel it's the best time to be alive is because you have access. I want you to grab that one. You have access to things like YouTube. You have access to things like,
Yes, it's online shopping, it's Twitter, it's Facebook. So obviously there's the social media side of it, there's the business side of things, there's the side where the learning side of things, there's so many. We can call them.
so Eddie, I want you to grab the second one. We're getting smarter because we've got supercomputers in our pockets.
Yep.
There's a site that everybody should write down. It's called google.com. Anything that you want to learn, find out about, or ask is on google.com.
Definitely a best time to be alive. I mean, to think of just getting a simple thing as a contact number for a business. You had to go through
Yellow
a
Pages.
big book called, a big book called Yellow Pages, right? Now you can do a short course within a very short time. Any questions that pops in your head, any situation, if you need to prepare for a meeting, an interview, research a company, whatever you need to do. I mean, you have a smart device in your hand. So long as it's charged, it's connected to the internet, it can give you any information that you want.
I saw a video recently that really, like, it switched me on. And the guy pressed the right button on his iPhone and he asked Siri, who was the 15th president of America? And Siri spat out the answer. Now, knowing that, I want to challenge the school systems, because I read an article where in Standard 5, us South African children are learning about the exoskeleton of a locust when the Chinese kids are coding. So I think that's a topic for another day.
Definitely.
Oh,
We must touch on that one.
100%. Because
But is Siri, Google, mini Google Home, for instance, you just ask a simple question and you've got an answer. What is a diamond? And it's things that kids never used to ask unless they were taught that in school.
Yeah.
so
Now
let
suddenly,
me ask you
anything.
this. If you wanted to know the composition of a diamond when we were teenagers, what would you have to do?
You would
Go
have had
to
to
the
enroll.
library.
You would have had to enroll or go read about it somewhere.
Where would you read
I
about?
mean, even at that time, transport itself was a problem. You
Yeah.
couldn't just click on a phone and get an Uber. Somebody would have to give you a lift to the
the
library.
library.
Yeah,
And then at the library, how do you know which book to go and ask?
exactly.
No, you don't. First of all, you've got to be quiet, extremely quiet. And then finally, after half an hour, you would go up to the lady behind the counter and say, "Can you please assist?" So it's a difficult thing. It used to be much more difficult.
So now you press the button, Siri, what is the composition of a diamond? Boom, on your fingertips. Okay. Online shopping. I'm going to grab this one. So I know because if Anna Marie grabs it, we're going to be here for a long time. Ladies and online shopping. So
But it's easy.
online shopping has, it's almost created a culture of now, because you can buy a t-shirt, you can buy shoes, you can buy a watch, you can buy KFC.
I don't stop at the shops anymore.
I know you don't. That's why I took the question.
Yeah.
You don't. But it's instant. It's now. Whatever you're looking for, and you can't. I know my wife works early mornings till late evenings. She literally sometimes, has to go to the bathroom while earphones are
phone.
plugged in
Yeah.
because she's in a meeting. So, I mean, if it's not for online shopping, she would really be at a disadvantage, because there's certain things that she'll get while she's basically in a meeting, and that's it. It gets
But
delivered.
anything you can do online shopping with, there's nothing that you can't.
100%.
Just to log in and check out should be just a few minutes. Back in the day, you had to literally take time off work, drive to the shops.
To go and pay your Edgar's account. You had to, otherwise they'll blacklist you.
Yeah, every end of the month, everyone's standing in a queue, and you prayed for a weekend that's the end of the month to get your bills paid.
Yeah, so what an awesome time we live in.
Amazing.
Okay, number 4, product and business transparency. So the internet has made us all naked. We can't hide. There's
In a good way, though. In a very
100%.
good way.
No, I love it.
100%, because it puts us as consumers first. So the internet has taken the opportunity away for people to hide. So for example, if 10 years ago somebody bought a car from you and had a bad experience, how many people do you think
Only
would
your
know
friends.
about it? How many
3,
people?
4, 5, and that's maximum. Only your friends around you.
Yeah.
Now
not-
you've
not
got
so many.
Facebook friends.
Yeah. So you've got sites where you can go and complain, like Facebook or Hello Peter. So now if you give a customer a bad experience,
Whole world.
if I've got
And
a
you can share
thousand,
it publicly.
if I've got 1,000 friends, and each friend has got 500 friends, all of a sudden that business is in serious trouble because of that one bad experience that they had.
Yeah.
Well, not only for businesses, products got better because I can read a review on products online and choose between. I don't need to go and stand in a queue anymore or go through each and,
And touch and
every.
feel it.
Yeah, I can now read it online, know exactly where I'm heading towards.
It's no longer those
And
days where you could just listen to an advertisement about the product or just see it on TV and that's the only thing you
And
know.
believe it.
Yeah.
You can go
That's
and
the only information you had access to.
No, I've
you can
got-
have opposing opinions.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Eddie, stay connected. So, 10 years ago, if your granny lived in Polokwane,
Or if you were in the army, to see your family, you definitely had to come home. There was no other way.
I'm thinking, we're in the army,
Yeah.
and I want to pull your leg today and say to you, listen, I got a letter from Johnny
Yeah.
that apparently saw your girlfriend holding
You
hands
guys are
at the
going
movies.
bad. No, you guys are going bad now. This
No,
is
no,
not
listen.
what it's about.
Holding hands at a movie,
Yeah.
and for the next 3 months you can't speak to her because you're at the army.
Yep.
You have to write her a letter.
Yes.
No, it's the truth. I do understand.
No.
But for me, the worst is family members living anywhere else in the country. Now suddenly I can speak.
We can
You
connect.
can see them
can connect. You can Skype with everyone.
for free.
Yeah.
For free.
I mean, who wants to go back to those days where you literally had to not just book a bus, but reserve your seat in a bus for the next coming 2 weeks? That's the only time you could see your loved ones or your
Gone are the
family.
days on the telecom 1 hour chat call for a certain rate after
After
certain
9.
hours.
Yeah.
I remember
So you
that.
sit there by the telephone for 1 hour and you check the time and you go and you just dial again.
If you
It's
have a
gone.
smartphone, you can just go to a coffee shop that has free Wi-Fi and just WhatsApp call your
WhatsApp
family and
call.
talk to them for as long as you want. Amazing. Best time to be alive. Next one. Your say matters. What does that mean? I know, and I call them keyboard ninjas. Lots of keyboard ninjas out there that have an opinion about something that they don't know. But it still matters.
There's a lot of people I would like to remove on that, but it still
It
matters.
still matters. So
If-
any opinion today matters because you can voice it out for an audience to hear it.
What I love about it when I do an interview and you do a bit of a search on someone and you can see how they interact, that also tells me more about the person's emotional stability,
Yeah.
the tolerance. So for me as a business user, that's amazing. And I love it. For me going to a coffee shop and it was really good service, I want to tell people, I want to voice it. You do get people that get opinionated about every single little thing going on around in the world, and then you get people just following. But what you learn in the background about the person doing that, that's the part I like.
100%. And let's say for how many cars did you deliver today? 4, I think.
I think I'm on 4 today,
Four,
yes.
4 vehicles. So you would want the consumers that bought a vehicle from you to tell their family and friends about the experience because it matters.
Yes.
Because we are in a very regulated, very difficult industry,
difficult.
which is used vehicles. It's you know, there's a bit of a stigma there. But if you do provide a great service or a bad service,
Yeah.
You
If
want to
you-
know about it.
if you slipped up and you, for example, didn't clean the customer's car properly on the inside, and he has an opinion, it matters because we will learn from it.
Yes.
You learn from it.
We'll all learn from
Yeah.
it. Where previously only that salesperson knew about it,
Yeah.
and he would hide it
Keep quiet about it.
for a long time, and then you damage the whole industry around you. Now everyone knows.
Check how that piece of information benefits everyone. So it benefits me, the service provider, because from then on, I would know how to treat my next client. It benefits my potential client who was thinking of buying from me because they get to know me better. Benefits also the same client that I was dealing with currently that would actually have that mistake verified as quick as possible. You know, so it's all round benefits everyone. So it's
So to speak out in black and white makes a difference.
100%. And it benefits especially the person that skips a step or misses on something that he or she should have done. Now they're aware, but they keep quiet about
yeah,
it.
but they
Because
become better.
100%. Now you can have the conversation. Say, listen, why did we fail to wash this consumer's car to our standard? Let's go and have a look. Did we fail because you never checked on the person you were supposed to, or was the day so busy that the wash bay just punked out the cars, you know, in a substandard way?
Or did
and go
you
and
just
fix
not
it?
go through the vehicle before you delivered it?
But if the customer didn't complain on a public platform, he wouldn't know about it.
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
And you can't
100%.
fix it.
So making money online, I mean, it is, we just had a conversation about NFTs. That's the new sort of hot topic that everybody's talking about. And there's NFTs selling for $14 million.
It's a lot of money.
There's a guy that made $100 million
By selling
NFTs in the last 12 months. So I mean, that's an extreme, and that's most probably a very unique, isolated instance.
But our business, we sell online.
100%.
We sell our business. Now, for the private person, you can start your own business,
100%.
having a profile on Facebook, selling on Facebook. You can have a profile on TikTok, on Instagram, selling your products.
So what do you like as a hobby? I know it's an odd question.
It's an odd question because we always hear painting,
Painting. So you like painting?
photography. Yes.
Okay, great. So you can go and search like-minded people, get some of their some of their content, some of their paintings, create a website for free, and start selling you and your friends' paintings at a commission.
Yeah.
And
Why not?
The whole
It's
business
easy.
costs you nothing.
Not a single cent. But it's like someone mentioned earlier on Amazon, buying products, cheap products, getting it into the country and selling it again.
Yeah.
100%.
And it's an online platform. You don't need a shop, no cost on rental, nothing whatsoever. You've got hairdressers doing mobile services. Previously you couldn't do that. Now I can do it on Facebook or any other platform.
I wanna mention a big one because this is a very big one for me. We are all either approaching 40 or 40. Okay. When I was 19 years old, I thought 40 was old.
We all used to.
I will eat the 19-year-old version of me now in any
yes.
circumstance, in any event, push-ups, pull-ups, running, kicking a ball, playing a game. I'm really, I've never felt better at this age, and you
No,
two share my
definitely.
energy. 100 years ago, the life expectancy of males, females live longer, but males was under 50.
Around 50.
And now it's far over.
75.
75%, yeah.
So there's a 50% increase on your life expectancy in
But
100 years because of modern medicine.
Yeah.
Not only modern
Medicine.
medicine. Imagine you're the age of 20, your parents being in the age of just over 40. We used to think they were old, but they were old at that point in time.
Yes.
Then suddenly, when things started change, then they started outgrow that old vibe.
My dad's got a TikTok account. I don't have a TikTok account.
But he created it only a couple of months ago because they're getting younger. And you can see it. My parents are exactly the same. At the age when they were 40, just over 40, they were really old. They were old people.
Yeah.
They would stay at home and not do anything. And suddenly everything changed and they became younger again. So they, at the age of, in their 60s, they now tend to go back to the lifestyle they had in their 40s.
Mid 40s, yeah. And that's due to modern medicine. I mean, I had a close family friend get a quadruple bypass surgery. Two. So it was a very long procedure, I think just under 4 hours. And we were worried because he's a heavy smoker. Anyway, he's fine now. He couldn't walk to the bathroom. He was tired.
Yeah.
So Ed's, I'm like anxious. The doctor comes out. The doctor is in his early 40s. He comes out. He's all cool. I run to him. Doctor, is the uncle okay? Is he going to be all right? He said, yeah. Why are you worried? I said, because it's a freaking surgery. That you open him up. He's busy replying on WhatsApp. He says, Bobby, look at me. This is what I do. What do you do? I'm in the automotive business. So this is what I do every day. So there's nothing wrong. I did my thing. He's going to be fine. He opened him up here and he split him open like an alien movie. He sewed him back together and he's fine. He runs a very big company. That wasn't possible 50
But
years
it's
ago.
even like a
not
back
at all.
operation. Nowadays, you go in and come out, and yes, it's a bit of a thing for 6 weeks, but you find thereafter. It's not like years ago.
Yeah. And I mean, the future, in the next couple of years, as we spoke off camera, is stem cells.
Stem cells.
So if you've got a bad knee, we're not going to replace your kneecap. We're going to inject you with stem cells, and you're going to repair yourself. That's where it's going. So awesome time to be alive.
Awesome time.
Okay. That was number 8.
Yes.
So before we close, there's 2 apps, modern apps that I would like to suggest to the viewers. The first one is Headspace. So I'm going to share something about me. I've got a lot of moving parts from the time I wake up until late evening. There's certain reports which I have to look at and create at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night because that's the only time I've got to myself with no distractions. So coming out from a very adrenaline-filled day into falling asleep takes me a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. So Headspace helps me with that. Nice calming music. You know, it teaches you how to meditate. So that's an awesome app. Number one. Number two, I think before I mention this, I think this app has, not only on me, but on the people within our company, and you two share that love,
A lot.
has made probably close to 3-digit million rands. So close to,
Changed how.
it's massive wealth, and that is audible. That is something that nothing else has added more value in my life and in the life of our colleagues than Audible, because if I'm studying the subject of leadership, there's 5 top-rated books. I go and do them, 6 hours each. I spend 20 hours in myself, and I'm a better leader after 20 hours.
No, definitely.
Where, for example, marketing. The people that did marketing 10 years ago have got nothing on the people that are doing marketing today, because 10 years ago stuff was irrelevant.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, it's
But
definitely.
even our staff turnaround stopped since we started implementing Audible within the company, because they got emotionally stable, filled with better volume, and even our staff turnaround.
I mean, if you have to ask someone now, someone that actually reads books, how many books they managed to do this year, how much time they had to allocate to reading those
I
books.
don't have time.
I mean, to come think of it, I've done 16 books, and I've never had to allocate time to reading.
No,
So-
because
And at this
convenient.
current space,
Yes, I mean-
we on 24 a year.
Yeah.
Where when we started, we only used to do about 16.
You read whilst you're running, you read whilst you're driving. You know, you can read at all times. It's quite an advantage to have.
100%.
Yeah.
So, for everybody on this video, I hope you are as excited and as positive about the current times that we live in, and as excited and as positive about the future, because a nice saying is, technology is extremely fast at the moment, but it will never be this slow again. It will just grow faster and faster. Yeah. So it's awesome to be alive. I hope this video finds you well and in good health. And if not, hopefully it makes a small difference towards that goal. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys like the content, and girls, hopefully there's some girls watching. You know, the guys for Anna Marie and the girls for me.
Yes.
If you like the content, please hit the like button. Also, please do.
You need to subscribe.
And
And ring the bell.
ring a bell. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.